Hello, this is Joy Paul. I'm back to talk a little bit about pain reprocessing therapy. It's something I was trained in just this summer, and I just wanted to explain a little bit about it because it was very new to me. And as someone who deals with chronic pain issues, I was pretty attracted to it, and I thought it might help some of my clients who also struggle with chronic pain. So I just want to explain the idea of pain reprocessing therapy. So, first of all, I think that chronic pain can be compared to PTSD. So when we have a lot of chronic pain, our brain creates these neural networks that are based around pain. And when we have a symptom of pain, our brain interprets that there's danger, so that our body is in danger, that there's something wrong with it. And it kind of becomes a pattern for our brain. So over time, it kind of associates different things like certain movements or certain, maybe even places that we go with chronic pain. And so it creates this network. And with PTSD, when we go through something traumatic, sometimes our brain is not able to process it fully because it had to dissociate and it's not able to get back to an integration place. So with PTSD, we have different triggers, places, or different things that will trigger this feeling of danger. And so we might have anxiety or a racing heart, panic, full-on panic attack. There could be a lot of different, or just our body might just feel frozen, or we might feel like we need to get away from their flight response. So it's kind of similar to a trauma response where there's this association in our brain that when I experience this stimulus or this trigger, then I feel like I'm in danger. I feel scared, or I feel maybe I feel angry or something like that. So with chronic pain, it's kind of a similar idea that our brain is misinterpreting that there's danger when there's actually none. So if there's an actual, say you have a wound of some kind, that wound is going to be painful all the time until it heals. Well, with chronic pain, even though certain parts of our body maybe has healed, there's this neural network because of how much pain there was, and maybe stress that we added to it or different things at the time. Now there's this neural network related to pain, so we might feel pain even though there's no actual danger in our body anymore. So, so pain is a danger signal. If you put your hand on a hot stove, the pain lets you know to move your hand so that you don't burn yourself. But sometimes the danger signals of the pain can get activated even in the absence of an actual structural damage, like touching a hot stove. And there's been a lot of recent research showing that learned neural pathways in the brain can cause many forms of chronic pain and not structural problems in the body. So, like sometimes, when our brain is misinterpreting some of these messages, it's like it's turning, like if you had a hearing aid on and you were to turn it up to a 10, our brain is kind of interpreting some of the stimuli as pain, and it might say it's at a 10 when it's actually it's only 2, or maybe it's actually not even that intense. But when we add stress and pressure on ourselves to get rid of the pain or frustration or any of these intense emotions, it will actually kind of move that pain up to a much higher level than it actually is. And so that's kind of just maybe somewhat of an overview. I found pain reprocessing therapy to be very helpful. I was able to practice with colleagues through training. We all went through the same certification program together. So I practiced with a couple of different colleagues after the training, and I found that really helpful. And then I've used it with clients as well. But for myself, I've noticed that anytime I'm under stress, my pain goes up a lot. When I am doing low intensity activities, even if they're new things, sometimes I can be okay. Other times my pain will just really rise up after the activity or sometimes during. But if I'm in a lighthearted state, I'm pretty good. So I try to do more lighthearted activities because the more pressure, the more stress that I add to my system, the more it's interpreting danger, and it's going to send out more pain signals. So the more I can be calm and relaxed and lighthearted, the more I notice that I don't have as much pain. So that's just a brief overview. I am going to share a video where I lead you through some somatic tracking. And the somatic tracking is a big part of pain reprocessing therapy because it's essentially teaching your system that you can allow pain, you don't have to push it away, you can allow it, and you can calm yourself in the midst of having pain. So I'm going to lead a little somatic tracking video, just a little sample, so you can see what it's like. And thank you for watching my video.